and it's poked down on the rebound. Behind the net, Hopkins to the near side to Harris. Kings trying to pick up the paces. They need a goal. Puck comes out to the right side of the Philadelphia net. Boom! Hopkins pushes Busniuk, then Hopkins is drilled by Cochrane, and they all jam up to the right side of the Flyer net.
Boy, they put on some good effort behind the net there, the offensive team. St. Croix quickly came out there and froze the puck to stop the play, but now Cochrane is shoving at Lewis. Bridgman shoving at Lewis. Busniuk, and I'm not sure if it's... Oh, now we might have Lewis and Bridgman going at it. Wally Harris is in between the two.
And Wally Harris just stopped the Cole by saying, if you do, you're gone. And immediately you could see the tension and the desire to drive both out of Lewis and Bridgman stop. And Bobby, an official like that, can stop it if he lets him know right away. Now on the near side, Tim Kerr is circling. And they're still battling behind the net. They've got a bear hug. It's by Busniuk and who? Hopkins?
Yes, I think it is. Either that or Jensen. I'm not sure which, Gene.
No, that would be Hopkins out
the Hopkins
Laurent line.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure they'll go off now as they continue this. Now Saint Laurent has been stripped of his helmet. We're just going to keep it here and see if anything busts loose and cools down. And it has so far. We've played 8-10 into a scoreless third period. Flyers checking in this period has been masterful, Bobby. The Kings have had one shot on goal. Now John D'Amico's in there, and again we'll keep it here as there is a possible brouhaha behind Ricky St. Croix to the left. While it's tempered down a bit, it's still volatile. And now we had Cochrane pushed off. And they still circle as Hopkins wants to come on the near side. And I'm sure there are going to be some penalties now because the Busniuk is continuing, Hopkins is continuing it. And I would look for it. It's not now. You can see somebody else. Dave Lewis circling behind the net. He wants to go after Cochrane, and now it's very volatile, Bobby. Very volatile. And here comes Dave Lewis. Drops his glove as he's going to go with Bridgman. And there we go. Now we're going to lose some players tonight.
Oh, Bridgman landed a right hand that dropped Lewis right to his knees. And now Cochrane and Saint Laurent are going to go at it, I believe. We have Busniuk and Hopkins, Cochrane and Saint Laurent. They're really wailing at each other. Bridgman had a hold of Lewis, dropped him with a right punch to the knees, and now Gorence is hanging on to Harris.
Jerry Buss looking on.
Yeah. But you see what is happening now. D'Amico has a hold of Cochrane, and Saint Laurent is free. Which is usually what happens. D'Amico will grab a hold of the Flyer, and then he'll leave the other guy free. But Bridgman really decked Lewis with a right punch that knocked him right to his knees. I believe that we're going to have an awful lot of 10-minute misconduct handed out by Bridgman, or by Wally Harris.
Well, I've taken it upon myself to put on my penalty sheet the names of Lewis, Saint Laurent, and Hopkins of Los Angeles, Bridgman, Busniuk, and Cochrane of the Flyers. While
every one of the referees have a hold of a Flyer. They let the Los Angeles Kings go loose, and every one of them has a hold of a Flyer.
On the far side, it's still Busniuk and Hopkins. Yeah. Hopkins goes down. And you're right. Christensen's talking to Bridgman. Wally Harris had the hold of Kerr, and now he's going over there. And he's telling Kerr, in no uncertain terms, you stay out of this. And Kerr better watch out if he goes in unannounced. Now they all jam into that far corner. I'm sure, Bobby, that we're going to hear about another Flyer intimidation tactic, but you'd have to say, from my observation, it was equally motivated.
Started behind the net, actually, where it all played, with St. Croix froze the puck. And Hopkins was knocked into the net by Busniuk, and they both grabbed on each other. Now, Gorence and, I believe it's the youngster Murphy, Larry Murphy, that is, the defenseman that are up.
Dave Lewis, I think, is gone, and he waved to Mel Bridgman bye-bye, and I would think that Bridgman is gone. All of this occurring with 8-10 gone in a scoreless third period, with the Flyers leading the game 2-1. And since all the goals have come on power plays, Bob, perhaps it's apropos that the most significant event here in the third period has been this set two. And Hopkins over there pushing away, and Cochrane doesn't want to be separated, nor does Hopkins. Bobby, observation?
Well, Hopkins really upset. Busniuk and Hopkins are still jawing at each other. The referees have finally maneuvered the players over towards the penalty box. Gorence and Larry Murphy are still hugging with each other behind the net, St. Croix.
You know, it's funny. I can hear Tommy.
Now we have Bridgman going with Lewis again.
Well, I would think we're going to get game misconduct out of this.
Oh, I would definitely. Oh, they're really starting to get away. They can't get loose now. They're pushing and shoving at each other in close. Oh, now Bridgman has a...
Oh, and Busniuk went in there, and here comes Hopkins. So this has really turned ugly. Now coming out of the penalty box is Hopkins, and I think the penalty box timekeeper said, And now it's gotten ugly, Bob. Now here comes Hopkins, and he's going to be gone as he comes out of the penalty box. Once he was in, and he's gotten a hold of Cochrane. I guess Hopkins felt with his person in the penalty box alone, the Kings were outnumbered on the ice.
Now it could be Cochrane and Hopkins going at each other.
Harris is trying, and he just grabbed a hold of the jersey of Hopkins and the shoulder pads. The only thing left were whirring up top by Cochrane. Now Bridgman is gone, and Dave Lewis has skated to the respective corners to the near left and to the near right as they're gone for the night. Wally Harris is directing Hopkins right as he'll have no more. Hopkins right as he'll have no more of this. We see on our monitor Dave Lewis going to the Kings dressing room. There goes Hopkins as well. Bridgman is gone. It's funny. All the meanwhile down behind St. Croix, who's looking at Tommy Gorence and Larry Murphy, and I can hear Tommy saying, "Where'd everybody go?" Hey, guys. Cochrane is gone. Bridgman is gone. Lewis is gone. And Murphy is gone. Hopkins is gone, and we'll see if any more. And now, finally, they've gotten down in the corner behind St. Croix to Larry Murphy and to Tommy Gorence. Yet I would think also, with those players gone, that Gorence, with all the six on the ice, that's an automatic 10 minutes. And I would think Busniuk is gone. That will be 3 Flyers. And Wally Harris saying, right out. Goodbye. So the Flyers have lost Bridgman, Busniuk, and Cochrane for the night. Lewis and Hopkins have already gone. I would think St. Laurent's probably gone. And whoever else was on the ice, Murphy and Harris, along with Kerr and Gorence, should get misconduct. Because the rules say if you drop your six in an imbroglio, it's an automatic 10. And since everybody did, they should go. And Hopkins is just beside himself. He's shaking his head. And now let's see, is he going to be directed? Yes. Wally Harris gave him a push. And he's gone. So we have at least 6 players gone for the night. Bridgman, Busniuk, and Cochrane of the Flyers, Lewis, St. Laurent, and Hopkins for the